Hey team, Nathan here from F45 Training Largo East, and I thought I would just go over your InBody scan with you really quick. So here's an example. It's actually one of my older InBody scans. Thanks for doing an InBody scan. This is a great way to get a look at your body and what's going on. It's primarily looking at three factors: total body weight, which we don't really care too much about, and I'll explain more about that later, your skeletal muscle mass, which is very important, and your body fat content. So let's break it down here. So as you can see, we have at the very top, we have body composition analysis. This has an interesting factor. It's your total body water. So as you do multiple scans over and over, you can kind of take a look at this. And by the way, if you download the InBody app and use the same number, which should be your cell phone number for your ID, you can see all this data in the InBody app, and it has more analysis as well. So what we're really looking primarily at here is weight, skeletal muscle mass, and body fat mass. So you can see here this little gray box. So you've got the down arrow, which means you're under average. The up arrow means you're above average. And this little gray box right here, that is the ideal zone for your gender and your height, so your skeletal frame. So you can see here I have basically an eye pattern, so everything's in alignment. What we're looking to do is have more skeletal muscle mass than the other areas. Again, we're not too worried about weight, in particular with functional fitness and strength training. Your weight's going to go up, maybe even a little bit as you start training. It's going to hang out because we want to be adding more lean muscle mass over time and reducing the body fat. So your weight's going to stay the same or maybe even go up because of increases in skeletal muscle mass. Now, we're not too worried about BMI. That's a population level scale, so don't worry about that. Percent body fat. So you're looking at this, and this is not something I want you to stress about too much. But for men, it's about 10 to 20%. For women, it's up to 28% is healthy body fat. So up to 28%. You might be over that on body fat mass. That's okay. That's maybe something you're thinking about for toning and reducing overall body fat. We'll come back to that here in a minute. In this zone, we have our segmental lean analysis. So this is how much water and muscle we have in each one of our limbs, right? And so what we're looking for is a minimum of about 100%. That's the baseline. Most people are under 100% on their legs. I happen to be over because I have a history of, I guess, a lot of leg work. And so the baseline of 100% is where we want to get you. And this is going to indicate your core strength and your arm strength. We're also looking for any imbalances. So in this case, I'm slightly more on the right arm because I'm right-handed. But if you have any shoulder, wrist, elbow sort of injuries or arm injuries, or same thing with knee, hip, leg injuries, you'll see that with an imbalance on the left versus right side. And then we're going to measure these three metrics over time: your weight, your skeletal muscle mass, and your percent body fat. So you can see with me, I've done quite a few scans over the years, and my skeletal muscle mass has gone up, and my percent body fat has gone up actually because I had an unhealthy low amount of body fat, and now I'm in the ideal range. So overall recommendation is going to be up in here. I wouldn't, this is just a mathematical calculation. I wouldn't stress about this too much, but that it does give you a factor of, do you need to lose body fat, and what's the recommendation to gain muscle? This is an important number right here, your basal metabolic rate, your BMR. So in this case, my number is 1572. I need 1572 calories just to sit on the couch all day long. So if you're an active person, if you're working out at F45 or another fitness solution 3 or times more per week, if you're on your feet, maybe if you're a nurse or in some profession where you're walking around all day long, you're going to want to have way more calories than this. The general rule of thumb is 1.5 times this number for an active person. So more calories you can think. The other key fact I'd like to give you, and then we'll close this out, is if you're looking at your ideal weight, so it could be the weight that you have here, 145 pounds for me. It might be the weight that you want it to be. So I need to be a little bit heavier according to this. I should be around maybe 150 pounds. It's 1 gram of protein per day per pound of weight. So I should be getting about 145 plus 4-ish. So I'm looking at about 150 grams of protein per day, maybe even more if you're looking to build lean muscle mass. And that's the key. The protein is what protects the skeletal muscle mass. So look at your number. Maybe if you have a little bit higher on the body fat mass, your percent body fat's higher than you want it to be, then you could reduce that number a little bit, but you most likely need more protein than you think. So that's your InBody Scan. If you want me to give you your macros, your protein, your carbs, and your fat, I'd be happy to do that. Just send a text to 727-362-6408. That's 727-362-6408. And we'll talk about your macros. So that's your InBody Scan. Thanks a lot for doing it. Have a great day. Again, this is Nathan from F45 Training Largo East. See you. Bye.